Hi, honeys. It's Michelle. Welcome to my home. In today's video, I'm going to be doing the It's Finally Fall book tag. Now, it's hard to do this one because it still doesn't really feel like fall to me. I'm trying to make it feel like fall, but it's still getting into the upper 80s, low 90s here in Vegas. I'm hot right now, and I'm wearing a t-shirt. So it's kind of hard to get into the fall mood sometimes, and hopefully it'll start cooling off more and more. Because of that, I decided to wait until now to do the fall book tag. And I know a lot of people already did it weeks ago, but for me, it's still a stretch doing it now. And if you saw my post where I talked about not feeling well, thank you for being patient with me. This is actually my first video I filmed since feeling sick. The one that I did yesterday, I filmed right before I started feeling gross. And I'll get into everything on my Monday vlog explaining what happened and what's going on and all that stuff. But I literally, because of something going on, I couldn't even edit videos. So I'll explain it all in Monday's video. And then just to let you know, if I'm still feeling good this afternoon, I will be doing another video that you will be able to see tomorrow, which is a haul of my latest QVC shopping experience. So hopefully that'll be up tomorrow and you can watch that because I think it's a really good one. What I found anyway. I haven't filmed the video yet, but I mean, I think what I got is really good. What I decided to do was there's an actual book tag called the It's Finally Fall book tag. And so I'm going to go through those questions. But there was a couple other questions I saw on some other fall book tag videos that I thought were really fun. So I decided to add them in as well. The first question is, what is your favorite autumnal book cover? Okay, that one is pretty easy for me. My favorite book cover is this one. And this is a book I just got recently. It's a graphic novel. I'm halfway through it. I've just been kind of reading it during commercials and stuff when I'm watching TV, and maybe I'm watching something on demand or whatever where I can't fast forward the commercials. That's when I've been reading this, and I love it. This is one of those books that I'm sure I will reread every year in the month of October. So it's really good. I really recommend this one. It is Rainbow Rowell, Pumpkinheads. And this is a book about two friends that work in a pumpkin patch, and it's their last year working there. They're in high school, so it's their last year. They're going off to college, and they're just having some fun together and trying to get a few things taken care of before they don't come back again. And so it's just really fun. Everything that you love about Halloween or the fall is in here. So maybe even more everything you love about the fall. So if you like thinking about hot apple cider and a pumpkin patch and some of the different snacks and treats and all that kind of stuff, that's all in here. Okay, what is your favorite autumnal drink to read with? Coffee. I really love drinking with coffee. I do, usually it's like a pumpkin spice kind of coffee or something. And I just got this tea, pumpkin spice Bigelow tea, and I really like it. But otherwise, just any old coffee or tea will do. I like drinking warm stuff. Or I guess another thing that I tend to drink a lot of in between the coffee when I'm reading, because I'll read for hours on end, I like to drink water too. Real cold water with a straw. Do you prefer to read late at night or early in the morning? Ooh, late at night. Absolutely. That's my time. I will literally go to bed early just so I can read longer. And I will go without sleep the next day so I can read later. In fact, I'm known to take naps the next day because I stay up so late reading. I will read in the morning though, especially on a Saturday or Sunday. I'll sit around reading for a while. But during the work week, I usually don't have time for that. I usually watch a quick YouTube video here or there, and then get on with my work. But please let me know down in the comments, what about you? When do you like to read? My other question is, and this is not on the list, but I'll answer it too, but do you only read at home, or do you read away from home too? Like I only read books that are in print, paper books, and when I read them all over the place. I always have a purse that's the size that I can put a book in. So if I'm in a waiting room or traveling or whatever, anywhere I'm going where I might have to wait more than 5 minutes, I will always bring a book and I will read everywhere I go. Do you do the same thing? I love hearing about what other people do with reading and stuff. Okay, so now I'm going to get to the actual It's Finally Fall book tag. Okay, the first question is, in the fall, the air is crisp and clear. Name a book with a vivid setting. Leave the World Behind by Rumaan Albom. Very vivid. So vivid to the point of sometimes inducing fear. But in certain spots, it wasn't vivid enough. Like it made me, maybe not vivid enough, but in some spots it wasn't vivid, and I had to use my imagination and kind of decide on my own where it was going, which I love. But yes, I feel like I was there. I feel like I know what that house looks like, feels like, smells like, right? I feel like if I were to get a glass of water out of the sink in this home, I would know what the water tastes like. Like, I really felt like I was there. He really did a good job of making me feel like I didn't have to use my imagination much at all with the setting. But yeah, this book, well, I actually just read it. It was my October Book of the Month selection. And it was so good that I told Brad he has to read it. So I have somebody to talk to about this book because it's so good. Okay, on to the next. Nature is beautiful, but also dying. Name a book that is beautifully written, but also deals with a heavy topic like loss or grief. My selection for that one is The Orphan Train by Christina Baker Kline. I probably don't really even need to explain why this would be about loss or grief, but it's a really good book. Actually, any of the books I mention on here, I'll just say it now, I think are really good. If I didn't think they were really good, I probably wouldn't have even kept them and wouldn't be showing them to you in this video. So I guess I should stop saying it's really good. They're all really good. Fall is back to school season. Share a nonfiction book that taught you something new. Well, I had a really hard time with that because I couldn't think of any books that taught me something new that I have, or at least not that aren't in storage. But then I thought, well, I do have one that's technically a book that did teach me something new. So I'm just going to show it. It's probably kind of a sarcastic answer, but Good Housekeeping's cookbook from the 80s taught me something new. It taught me how to buy a whole chicken. Taught Brad how to cut the chicken up. And then me how to cook it. And that was definitely a new experience for me. And it's something that I will continue to do. So I just thought, well, you know what? Why not just mention this? Definitely taught me something new. Okay. In order to keep warm, it's good to spend some time with the people we love. Name a fictional family, household, friend group that you'd like to be a part of. That was easy. I immediately thought of this book. This group of knitters that get together is definitely something I want to be a part of. And when I read this book, I've read it multiple times. I don't even know how many. I never get tired of it. It's just a very cozy, warm book for me. There's a lot of good lessons in here. And it made me join a crochet club. And it made me realize the value of having a group of people that are friends that get together. And sometimes you might just get together because you have something in common, but you can end up becoming really good friends with people over time. So I wasn't able to find a crochet group here in my area, but I am part of a Mahjong group, and I am becoming friends with these ladies. And one of them in particular, I just absolutely adore, and I feel like I'll be friends with her forever. And I also joined a book club. Now that one's on hold because of the outbreak. It's at a library that we meet, and the libraries are still closed here. But we are going to be getting together in the next few months and then every month thereafter. So I think that there's a lot of value in that. And sometimes family isn't just blood. In fact, I think the people you choose as your family are the ones that can really make a difference in your life. And that's usually people that live near you, that you spend more time with, and so on and so forth. So definitely this book. The colorful leaves are piling up on the ground. Show us a pile of fall-colored spines. No. I didn't want to grab a whole other stack of books. Sorry. The fall is the perfect time for some storytelling by the fireside. Share a book wherein somebody is telling a story. One of my favorite books of all time. Speaking of Mahjong, this is the book that made me want to learn how to play. And there's definitely storytelling in here. And if you don't feel like reading the book, just watch the movie. That's one of the few movies, this one, that I think is almost as good as the book. Which, how often does that ever happen? Never. Ever? The nights are getting darker. Share a dark, creepy read. Okay, I've got one for you. The Shadows by Alex North. This was definitely a creepy book. The days are getting colder. Name a short, heartwarming read that could warm up somebody's cold and rainy day. Tuesdays with Morrie. Have you read this? This is a really good one. It's a memoir, and it's very inspiring. It does have sad moments, but what inspiring, heartwarming story doesn't? Fall returns every year. Name an old favorite that you'd like to return to soon. I've talked about cozy mysteries a time or two before. In fact, in a month, my middle of the month book video will be about nothing but cozy mysteries and the different series that I love and why and all that. If you are into cozy mysteries, it's a whole other genre in and of itself, and I feel that that deserves its own video. Plus, I love those books, so why not? It'll be fun. Anyway, this book is called Diva, The Diva Haunts the House. It's a domestic diva mystery by Krista Davis. I have read this entire series at least once. Some of the books I've read multiple times. This book, ever since I originally read it, which I want to say was 6 years ago. Yeah, somewhere around there. I've read it every Halloween since. So this is on my October to be read list. I look forward to returning to it, but this is my favorite get in the spirit of Halloween book. It's about a group of people decorating a haunted house, and some very spooky things happen. And of course a murder happens, and they've got to figure out who did it, and so on and so forth. But it's just brings me into that fun Halloween spirit that I had as a child. You know that spirit, right? The spirit of the 80s child who wore those plastic costumes that were so hot, and you could only wear them 1 year, because by the time you got home with your pillowcase full of candy, there'd be multiple holes in it. And you didn't really have to worry about how much candy you ate because you did so much sweating in that costume that it burned all the calories off anyway. Not that children care about calories, but you know those costumes. I had a Cookie Monster one. Anyway, it brings me back to those days. This book does, and I love it. Fall is the perfect time for cozy reading nights. Share your favorite cozy reading accessories. Okay, I've got 2 of them. I've got these Mainstays Apple Pumpkin Wax Cubes. I love the way these smell. Love them. And so what I do, I've got one of those little, the wax warmers, and I put the votive candle underneath. It just creates this beautiful autumn scent in my home. And there's just nothing like that. So on the weekends, that's what I like to do, is burn these and sit and read for hours, drink my coffee and my cold water, and it's absolutely wonderful. I do have one other accessory. Now this one I have not been using yet this year because it's just too hot right now. But as it gets cooler throughout the fall and winter, this is my favorite reading accessory. It's a blanket that Brad got me one year. It was one of my Christmas gifts. It's really soft on one side. It's got this real soft material on one side, and then like this Sherpa fleecy material on the other. So it's super warm and cozy. This is what I like to cuddle up with on the couch when I'm reading. When it's cold. Not right now. Too hot. I also have a blanket that my mom got me that has black cats on it and hearts, and it's kind of like almost like an Alice in Wonderland Queen of Hearts looking blanket, but instead of the queen, it's got black cats. I use that one the rest of the year when I'm cuddling on the couch and cuddling up on the couch with Zelda, of course, and reading my books. Speaking of that, where is Zelda? She's my reading companion, and she's not even here. And the final item on here says, spread the autumn appreciation and tag some people. Or consider yourself tagged if you'd like to answer these questions as well. So that's what I'll do, is I will put the questions down in the description box. And if you make videos, consider yourself tagged. I would love to see your answers to these questions. If you do make a video on this, down in the comments section, please leave a comment with a link to your video, because I want to watch it. And I'm not going to know if you don't tell me that you did one. Okay. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed my fall/autumn tag video for books. I just love, 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 love making book videos and talking about books. There's very few things that I find as wonderful and exciting in this world as books. So I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. I love you. Bye.